Hello and welcome to Light Waves by Todderbert. In front of us with the ACEBEAM Keylite 500. This is an ultralight everyday carry keychain light. You can find it retailing on Amazon USA for $16.99. Mine was on sale for $13.99, which represents a good bargain. They come in different colors like orange, red, black, green, and pink. Yeah, pink for the ladies. So let's take a look at this. I took everything out of the box, but there's our little ACEBEAM Keylite 500, really small dude. Loving these little flashlights. The box it comes in, it's pretty basic. ACEBEAM, light where you want it. Nice. Bullet points at the bottom. 16 grams, 500 lumens, USB-C charging. Nice little things, 10-year warranty. Okay, cool. ACEBEAM.com. Cool site. I like the flashlights they offer. I've never been disappointed. Contact information. Took everything out of the box, like I mentioned. Let's see what we get inside the box. Well, we get the little ACEBEAM view. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. What else we get? We get a charging cable, which is nice for the value. You know, for $13.99, I didn't expect a charging cable. A lot of these smaller lights don't include them, but this one did. Right in the box. Nice. We also get a little carry lanyard. Instead of a key ring, we get this little like lanyard jobber hooks up to a key ring. There you go. And then we have a product cert. If you need to know, there you go. And we have the user manual, which we'll open up real quick. Kind of roadmap to our flashlight. I think I do everything on one shot there. I'll kind of zoom in here in a second, but hopefully you can zoom in on that. So here we are, features. Okay, we'll go over the thing here. You got turbo high, medium, low, moonlight, strobe. Awesome. They don't tell us what LEDs, they don't tell us what kind of batteries, so I kind of had to figure that out on my own. Here you go. Lock, unlock, cycling mode, moonlight mode, turbo mode, strobe mode. It has it all. Battery indicator. Loving it. And over here we have our warnings. You can freeze frame and try to read all that little micro print and stay safe. And then product warranty information that you might need to know. And then down here, again, their information for contacting them. Alright, so we're done with that. Let's get to the little flashlight. I like these little keychain lights, as you guys know. Featured quite a few on the channel already. Alright, so this is, the forest green, kind of metallic green. I'm liking it. Let's go over dimensions. So, we have a total length of 2 3/8 of an inch, or 60 millimeters. Quite a tiny little guy. We have a width of 5/8 of an inch. And then we have a height of 3/8 of an inch. So, very compact. Just how compact? Well, let's answer that question with a little size comparison. I'll bring this back up just a tad, I think. Alright, what do I got handy? Well, everybody's favorite little NiteCore Tiki. Yeah, you guys remember this one, right? I think it's 300 lumens. Yeah, this is a law enforcement one. It's got a red blue flasher. Yeah, it's cool. Alright, got that. What else we got? We got a AAA battery. Again, just for size. We have a AA battery. There you go. Just showing you how small the little Keylite 500 is. And then we have a standard ACEBEAM AA powered flashlight. It looks huge. It is really interesting seeing this difference. Alright, and what else do I have? Other keychain lights, so let's go ahead and show you those. So, those aside, I've been carrying this one for the last 2 years on my keychain. This is the NiteCore Tube version 2. Simple little LED light. Pretty basic stuff, right? See-through one. Thought it was pretty cool. Got the LiPo pack in it. Now the only thing that's wearing on this in my pocket is this little rubber button, but you can lock this light out, which is nice. It's got micro USB instead of USB-C. That's kind of a bummer, but yeah, it's held up pretty well. Just give you an idea for size. This is pretty lightweight. I want to say 10 grams? Yeah, because it's plastic versus metal. And then what else we got? We got our Phoenix. Yeah, this is a good one. E01. It's kind of twisty style. Keychain light. You can like go through the modes. During mode. Nice. AAA powered. Just to give you an idea of the various keychain you may have going already. So there we go. Alright, so let's go over features real quick of the Keylite 500. And we'll do some shots in the garage with this. And we'll do a little benchtop demo. So going to the front, kind of zoom in here. We have 2 LEDs. As you can see, there's 2 different lenses. So those are acrylic. One is a flood and one is the spot. So this one on this side here, that would be the left of the camera. That is our spot. flood, and the one to the right here is our spot. So that provides a spot beam, and then the other one provides a flood beam. I guess it's kind of neat. It's something different. Didn't expect that. I mean, they didn't need to go through that, but it makes a big difference when you're up close doing work. There you go. Our body here is our typical aluminum alloy, the 6061 T6, with a hard anodized finish, type 3. Nice. Again, that metallic green looking pretty sharp. I was going to get the orange, but the green kind of stood out. I'm like, you know what? I like green. I'm going to go with the green. I think it's got little angled cuts for design. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's really for any function, really, because it's only on certain areas, not on every corner. So, very nice there. We have our charging port. So here on this, you'll see a USB-C. I noticed that when I charge this light, I got a 145 milliamps charge rate, and you can run all modes, which was cool. So you can run all the way to turbo, strobe. Yeah, all those functions were available to you while charging. So nice to know. This is like an aluminum spring-loaded door as well. Kind of a sharp little setup. I like that. The lanyard hook point right there. String it through, attach it to your keyring. And that's about that. Now we got the side switch here. This is cool. So this has got that battery status LED. Green is good, and red it means charge. I think it's all the way down to 30%, and it turns red. And it's time to charge. A little security screw there. Possibly you could take it apart and get to the battery. The internal battery is an estimate of 160 milliamp hours. So if you're wondering, yeah, because the run times aren't spectacular, but that's just a little light. It's micro-sized. So expect that. So operation of the switch is pretty basic. Let me get my deck of cards here. Okay, so you just single press on. It goes to mode memory last used regular mode. So either low, medium, or high. And press it again to go off. So when you first turn it on, it has the little power indication, how the battery status is going. And then, of course, when you're charging this light, that flashes red and goes green when it's finished, solid green. So let's go ahead and show you this more function here on the switch. So when your light is on, you press and hold to cycle. And it cycles from top down. So it goes high, medium, and low when it starts cycling. So a very interesting cycling pattern. So we'll stop at medium. And of course, when we turn it off, it should remember medium. Turning it back on. There you go. So from off or on, you get to turbo by double quick press. So 1, 2, right to turbo, 500 lumens. And then from on, double press, right to turbo. Now we have a strobe function. It's triple click from off or on. If you can't handle flashing lights, look away. So we're going to go to strobe, 1, 2, 3. And it's got a high frequency. And if you wait a little bit, it goes to a lower frequency. There it goes. Let's go back to high frequency here. Single press to turn that off. And of course, when on, same thing. Triple click and right to strobe. So a very simple operation here. It also has electronic lockout, which you're going to want to know how to do. So you long press from off. And of course, our moon comes on. I'll show it to you in a second. Then you get 3 flash confirmation, or 4 flash confirmation, excuse me. And that tells you the flashlight is locked out. And if you press this, it just tells you on the side that you are locked out. And to disengage the lockout, just double press. There you go. Locked out. And of course, yeah, moon mode is a press and release. That's a little slightly longer press. And that's our moon mode there, 1 lumen. Yeah, so you just need a little bit of work. You want to get that flashlight to last a long time. There you go. Let me see if I have some white paper here so I can show you kind of the beam pattern. See if I can show you there. I don't know if we're going to get that in there. You can kind of see how one's more of a throw, one's more of a flood. Get a general idea on low. Trying to get that to show up better, but yeah, that's about what we got. All right. So let's go ahead, head to the garage where I took pictures of this flashlight in action and do some desktop demo and some final thoughts. So ACEBEAM 500, rock and roll. Everything's upside down. Outside the garage. So here I am in the garage, 15 feet, excuse me, from the garage door. Lights on turbo. This is 500 lumens. Expect a runtime of 20 seconds before it throttles down to 260 lumens. Then runs 5 minutes at that intensity before it throttles down again for a third time to 50 lumens. And then we're down to 35 minutes before it runs out. Expect a total throw of 70 meters on turbo, 500 lumens. Next, this is high. This is 200 lumens. Expect a runtime of 3 minutes before it throttles down to 150 lumens for 15 minutes, and again down to 20 lumens for 42 minutes. ACEBEAM loves to do that for some reason. Multiple modes. I guess it's not bad as it throttles down. Now we're going to medium. This is 60 lumens. This runs for 25 minutes before it throttles down to 20 lumens. It runs the remainder of the battery out for 80 minutes. Now we're on low. This is 10 lumens. Expect a total runtime of 4 hours. Kind of the modes you want to use are the low and moon modes most often for a light like this, just to conserve the power of that little battery. So 10 lumens, 4 hours on low. Not bad. Moving on to our last picture, moon. This is 1 lumen for 12 hours. Again, one mode. You could barely make it out here on the garage door, but it's 15 feet away. It's such a small light. I'm surprised that you could even see it. But yeah, 12 hours. You can get a lot done. Let's go back to the bench. Okay, we'll do a quick demo here. All right, let's go turn it on. Let's see what we got going on here. We'll go down to low. There we are. And then we'll get the light out and the radio and all that fun stuff. Give you an idea what's going on for RFI. So yeah, not bad for 19 grams. Now it is IPX or IP66 waterproof or water resistant, excuse me. So it can handle like strong rain, strong jets of water, just not submerged. You can't submerge this, unfortunately. But it is dust proof, which is nice. And of course it has 1.5 meter drop resistance. So looking at the bench there you go, bringing it up, kind of softens the beam. Getting close is the only time you really see if there's any kind of throw going on. Again, trying to show you on the table how one side has more of a throw, this side here versus the flood. See that? Hopefully you can see that. Anyway, so there you go. And then we could cycle this. Press and hold. There you go. It's going down. So high, medium, low. And then we'll double tap for turbo. Now we're on turbo, 500 lumens. Right to the table there. And then we'll go to moon mode, which is 1 lumen. There you go. Now, if you're a radio guy like I am, and this is a radio dedicated channel, you're going to want to know how it works with the radio.
Stewart's going to be gone for a long time because he came off the bench. Never shot for a... and Jalen Duran are both definitely gone. So is Miles Bridges. I don't know why Duran is still out at the center of the court talking. He's too. For sure. This has been a real and hotly contested game.
Okay, so there you go. You get an idea. Quite a bit of RFI coming out of this light, unfortunately. But you're probably not going to use this for your radios. You're probably just going to use this in your wallet or your pocket and just have it ready in your jacket, wherever you're keeping it. So, all right, cool. Let's go ahead and do final thoughts on the little ACEBEAM 500. All right. Turn this light on. Okay. Turn it off. Okay, get it off there. Awesome. I'm going to zoom it back on down. Getting really up close and personal. So, likes, the size. Hello. That thing's awesome. I mean, when you compare it to some of the competitors out there, you know, the Tiki. I mean, it's about as big as a Tiki. Look at that. Nice. Tiki's about $20 still, I think. Give you an idea. And of course, you got the 1099 tube. Nothing too special with that one. It's got an exposed LED. But you get the idea, right? So, there you are. And then, of course, your Phoenix. Yeah. Can I show it to you one more time? This is a nice flashlight. I like the ones that run on standard batteries. Not a fan of the having to twist this, but yeah, big deal. Kind of hard to turn on in your pocket typically, but there you go. All right, so size. I like aluminum body. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I think it's more durable than our plastic tube, though. This has held up in my pocket with all other keys bouncing against it. So something to be said with strong plastics. So yeah, USB-C charging behind this aluminum port. Yeah, spring-loaded door. I think that's pretty nice. Battery status LED. Can't beat it. I mean, it tells you everything right there. What you need to know. What else do I like? That's plenty of modes. There's 5 of them. Turbo, high, medium, low, moon. I mean, and plus you got strobe. Fantastic. The beam pattern is great for a little light like this. They did a good job diffusing that. Don't know if they needed to go with the 2 LED format. They could probably just done 1. But they did 2. It's fine. Do twin optics. I don't know if they had to do that either, but they did. So, yeah, I mean, I guess for a little light like that, it's just they're trying different things. So decent beam pattern. Strobe mode is cool. And, of course, it's lightweight at 19 grams. Dislikes and wants. I would love a Sub Lumen mode, like a 1/10 of a lumen. Something just very low, like so it can really last, like maybe like 40 hours. I mean, I think the tube runs like 40 hours or almost 50 hours, I think, on like its 1 lumen. So this is more efficient, this tube. So something to think about. The other thing is this has a lot of RFI. So to us radio guys, yeah, we're not too happy with all that RFI it generates. But you know, if you're on FM, it's not going to happen. But if you're on medium wave and you're using this with your radio at night or a power outage situation, you're going to have to keep it quite a bit of distance away from the radio to see what's going on. So you're not going to be using it with your radio too often. And the cycle, I think it should be low, medium, high versus high, medium, low. It's kind of odd that it's backwards on most lights when you expect it to be low, medium, high. So those are dislikes and wants. Overall opinion, the Keylite 500 is a good value at $13.99, or mine was. And all the different colors are awesome. But if it's any higher than that price, I'd start looking into like the Tiki, great proven light. It's been around. And the Rovyvons, which I don't have on my desk at the moment, but like the A1s, I think they're around $19, or sometimes they go on sale for $13, $14 as well. Similar to the Tiki, a little bit more power, a little bit bigger flashlight, bigger keychain light. And then, of course, you could always pick up these Phoenix as well. I think a sub $20 light. So if you're wondering, these are good options in the marketplace. If this is $16.99, I'd probably say pass. For $13.99, thumbs up. So if you enjoyed the video, give me a like. You guys are the best. If you like the little ACEBEAM Keylite 500, tell me what color you're going to get. There's black, red, orange, the green, and the pink. You guys tell me which one you want. But yeah, if you like the ACEBEAM brand, you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and of course, comment down below what you think of this one and what your favorite keychain light is. Was it one I showed you? Is it one I haven't showed you? Is it one I reviewed or haven't reviewed yet? Let me know. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.